ओपन में वी गेमिंग के तान को जो शॉट दिया जाएगा मेरे ख्याल से तान नहीं भूलेंगे वो शॉट
is because all the way at the top of this tower has got himself the sniper waiting for the eventual popping off to the head. I believe they saw it. And
oh, what a shot. That was an amazing headshot by Spade right there. This guy's an absolute, destroyer. Look at that thing. He's got so much range, so much, vision. I mean, the fact that he could just pick that guy off the tower, very well played by Spade. I expect to see more of this. Farang Esports was that dark horse. You talked about you liking them and you want to see more from the MCP region. This is a team that, again, surprised a lot of different players and the teams in MCP. There were other favorites, but Farang Esports came out on top.
Right now, V Gaming, they found themselves with too little amount of numbers to their name. And they decided to head down south from confinement into Santa Catarina. And they actually found a small little, fragment of Vastamundo. Vastamundo decided to shoot right back at them. It's not going to be enough to bring them down just yet, but that is pretty much going to be a warning shot from Vastamundo saying, hey, don't come any closer. Speaking of which, Attack All Around seems to be doing the same thing, except for the fact that they are shooting in a fight for honor and points.
Yeah, honor and points, but Attack All Around and Vivocade, both of these teams top two in the last one. I don't know if they want to continue. It looks like they're going to just back off here. Just play it safe. Again, only two kills have happened in this one. It's 6 minutes in. It's still very, very early. Foki's like, I'm going to get out of dodge. Jumps himself on the Akira bike. It's on fire now. Karora is there's like, all right, we're all out of here. We're just going to run to safety.
The rest of the members from the side of Attack All Around, or at least two of them, have fled away from Vivocade. I don't think that is exactly the right word, actually. They have decided to flee, but in a good direction. Now, they are literally living to their name, Attack All Around, because they have numbers, they have people literally all around Vivocade now. What exactly is going to be their attack patterns here? Are they going to go straight in the face of Vivocade? Kind of seem like it, because General, he finds himself a single shot down onto Kororo in a fast-paced manner. With the Mac 10, brings him down almost immediately, and Attack All Around, they lost one.
General had 11 kills in the play-in last week. This is a guy that literally carried them into the third place, and there's a reason why they're great. Nando is the sniper on the team. He's an absolute menace. Make sure that you know where this guy is. If he's on the roof, he's got a sniper rifle. You got to duck. You got to get yourself alive. But look at Echo Esports. They haven't really found that groove. It's been very difficult to find anything going up against Team Flash here.
Is this really going to be that part of the group? But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the type rhythm is going to blast down that glue wall enough to bring Koja down, because Bloody is currently all alone with one person. Knocked down, he's just going to go for 1 versus 1 fight, and Koja, he did manage to bring Bloody down. The two other members on the other side of the ridge is going to be under attack by Koja just because of his DMR. Umbak, he finds himself a way in. They want to catch up to the bike that Brian is on. They open fire, they shoot on the tires, they do whatever they can, shoot on the rear, but unfortunately, it is not quite enough to shoot anyone down, but only sending the bike smoking.
Shin is literally on fire. They're getting the hell out of dodge. They're going to find a place, hopefully just revive the team. They need to keep themselves alive and in this game. But Vastamundo playing a little bit safe, right? This is I think the style that we saw in the Euro Pro League. They tend to just pick their battles. They try to see what's out there. But, Vastamundo here going to be lucky with this crate here. They'll happily take that one up. But, in terms of Vastamundo, is this something that we want to see more of? Do we want to see them be more aggressive?
Honestly, I'm happy with just putting them, having them in the circle. Because normally, if they would want to play at the edge of the circle, that pretty much just suggests that they want to look for utilities, and they will only want to look out for a fight at the very end. If they are just hiding themselves inside of a single drop spot, if they're hiding in a landmark, for example, they will fight an immediate threat if they discover one. So if Vivocade have decided to go up north and try to get stir some trouble with Vastamundo, Vastamundo would not stop, and they will do whatever it takes to bring them down and proceed over to the next part of the circle.
And they'll keep themselves alive. Darklove has been knocked here. Binsu gets a nice headshot onto Spade, and it looks like they're just going to trade shots here. V Gaming are going neck and neck with Farang Esports, but he's been knocked down. Spade, I don't think he's got a chance. The Penguin's like, I don't have any bandages. I don't know what to do. I don't have I'm not a doctor.
I mean, you can just kind of lay flat on the bullet spot, and you'll be like, look, you're not bleeding. But Spade, He's still bleeding out. I don't think that any one of the members from the side of Farang does have a grappling hook on them to actually save Spade at this point in time. But you know what what do they have? M79, and that is going to be the grenade launcher. And I believe and I hope that Jambal will be able to lay one down on his adversary.
Yeah, it's going to be very close here. For Spade, looks like he's going to bleed out. No real chance. And this is my problem, right? With some of the teams is that they're too spread out. They're not able to support one another. If action happens, if he gets knocked, what are you going to do? Right? You don't have the grappling hook to come and save him. You have no real chance to really just help your team. This is one of those things where if you're looking at what Loud does, look at how close they are. They're almost on top of each other. They're holding hands, making sure that they're making their presence known just by sticking together.
Okay, so now with the new circle that's going to be popped close to the center, but it's just down southwest a little bit. So none of these teams are actually inside of the circle at the moment as we speak. It requires a little bit of movement coming in from some of these teams in order to put themselves in a really good spot. But speaking of good spot, Jonah, he found himself a single knockdown with a grenade, and that is going to give them a numbers advantage as they move on to try to get a fight against Echo Esports. The Cruz, he managed to juke his way through. Make sure that he does not get the CQB combat against Echo Esports. Moshi coming in from the sides. Real flank. Doesn't seem like things are going to be well with Duds. Hides himself inside a container. Finds himself still knocked down by Jonah with a massive burst of damage. And now it's just going to be left with Koja, the last member remaining coming from the side of Echo Esports. And the only thing that he can do right now is make a run for it.
All right, Evos Phoenix, Evos Divine were almost kind of helping each other. They were going for the same target there in Echo Esports. Dutz was kind of left behind. He didn't really have much of a chance. But hey, look at how crazy this World Series is. 12 teams left at 11 minutes. This is all the teams are just looking to survive. But there's so much action that's going on. They're making sure that they're not getting third party. VGM is on the run from Farang Esports. Do they get the knock?
Well, they gotta have to get a knock and get the hell out of there as soon as they can, because the storm is slowly going to be constricting these teams. They have to run away soon before they find themselves in the middle of the storm. As they get the grenade launchers down onto Bingsu, brings him down, and Jambles gets himself a kill just like that and allows them to move right on onto the next zone.
Loud is going up against Minerals Esports. They're going to look to just get this flank. The glue walls have been put up, but Minerals Esports hiding in that tent. I know Con7 is going to look to just go for this last. Actually, he's going to go super aggressive into this tent, and he just unloads lead.
K1, he have not found a single shot just yet, but eventually, the members from Loud, they eventually want to find themselves in an eventual place to bring one person down. K1, he puts himself right by the gateway. He found himself knocked down. Unfortunately, that is going to be fixed up to get himself a single kill right onto the name, with 3 of the members just going to be camping right out of here. The rest of the members coming from the Minerals Esports were really hoping that they will be able to get themselves out of there, but unfortunately it would not be the case. Minerals Esports finds themselves knocked down first, and shortly after, V Gaming.
Loud was completely clinical on that one. They made sure that they bashed through the glue wall. They got him, but they got eliminated there. Oh, Evos Phoenix coming out of the blue, and it just takes him out. They got knocked out 10th. This is a travesty for Loud.
And now Vastamundo, they have understood their assignment here. With a lot of teams that has already been knocked down, they know that they are one of the 9 teams available. 28 members left. They are still full of ammo, still full of utilities, and they are just excited to see what is available. The Arena blast off down onto the glue walls. They did manage to put a decent amount of damage down onto them. Another one on the Riptide Arena, leaving Spain gonna be the last level 11. Doesn't seem like the rest of the Sao Pablo and Farang Esports is able to do anything right now. Too bad indeed. That is gonna be Farang knocked down.
Yeah, Vastamundo right there, shooting fish in a barrel right there, just giving no chance. There was no cover, nowhere to run, and Vastamundo were like, hey, this is the easiest shot in the world. I'll just happily take all of that. And they do collect 2, but Team Flash now eliminated 9th. Pretty bad for them.
There's still one member from the side of Farang, but I can't spot where he is yet. Perhaps in a while later, we'll be able to see where exactly he is. Wask, they have been quiet. They have been living in the shadows, and I don't think that they have done anything at all just yet. Mr. Ali knocked down and executed almost immediately. Beyond was hoping to get himself into the next part of the circle, but unfortunately, Wask is just around the area, and so is Vastamundo. And Vastamundo gets himself a 3 headshot thanks to Luca. amount of kills are just pouring right in. With Vastamundo in the northeastern part, Wask in the northern part, but attack all around as well as Echo Esports are in the center. This point in time, anything could happen.
Oh, Vastamundo, they smell blood. They know that they've all been knocked. They're going to go run right into Wask. They want to clean up all the kills because they know that they're just easy prey. But Vastamundo have done great job of altering kills, ensuring that they're in the right position. This is perfectly the way you want to play as Vastamundo.
This is going to be the blitzkrieg coming out from Vastamundo. They're not going to be letting the members from the side of Wask take a second to breathe. But I believe that they know that they don't have a lot of glue walls left.
Oh,
so not exactly a blitzkrieg, I would say. They would just take a couple of shots, then glue wall, shots, then glue wall, and just like that, Vivocade find themselves eliminated for now. But how about Wask? Not exactly over just yet. Dowley, last man, Wask, 5th place.
Vastamundo, 9 kills, 2 have been knocked. They'll easily pick that up. But Evo's Phoenix back to last year's Free Fire World Series win form with 12 kills. An absolute monster. Echo Esports now limited down to 3 teams.
The war on different fronts. We are expecting and we are seeing a lot of different kinds of fights. And now the ties, they are going to be fighting against one another. Attack all around. One of the members left inside of this house. And it doesn't seem like he's spotted just yet.
All right, no matter what happens, no matter which team wins, Thailand wins at the end of the day, especially with 2 teams left in the top 3. They're going to get some massive points. Attack all around haven't got as too many kills. They started off, getting a couple in the beginning, but they've been largely quiet since. Vastamundo's still alive. Are they going to do this, especially with one person knocked down in Luca?
Well, it is a knockdown, not exactly a delete just yet. Wait, 2 of the members from the side of Vastamundo is actually knocked down, but it doesn't matter because they still have 3 members left going on around. Evil's Phoenix, total of 14 kills. If the Cruz moves on, gets himself a shot down on the player's 10. He's going to be down and dusted. The rest of the members from the side of Evil Phoenix just going to be making full use of the numbers advantage to eventually move down onto Luca, brings him down with a grenade. And Nunes behind the tree. He's going to be completely backed up against the wall. Vastamundo finds himself knocked right down at 3rd place. And Kororo has been hiding himself on the 2nd floor for the longest time ever. And they are leaving him for the last to kill.
Guys, the last one, but my gosh, this Evo's Phoenix team completely turned it on. They are angry. They have about 17 kills, and it looks like they're going to kill maybe Kororo, who has the weight of the world on his shoulders right now. But he gets, unfortunately not the case. And it looks like it's going to go the booyah! Evo's Phoenix back into it as they score that one with a monster 17 kills.
Evil's Phoenix, they did not do quite well in game number 1, but in game 2, they came in, they bombed it, they showed exactly what is to be done, and how do you get the booyah and get a massive amount of kill on top of that.
Wow, the first game, they really struggled. I think they were in 9th, but the fact is they came back storming. But let's find out exactly what happened in the highlights coming up right now. Evo's Phoenix was one of those teams that they didn't have the greatest match 1, and looks like they finished that one. They got the booyah, they got a ton of kills, and they were shushing everyone at the end of the day because they were just, they're the champions at the end of the day.
They are just gonna be like, if you want to win, you gotta have peace and quiet. That is kind of how they will be playing so far, you know. From what I heard, when it comes down to the trash talking session, they weren't exactly very trash talky type at all.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that they are in position, they should be the only ones trash talking. When you're the champions, you're the only one that can just, you know, everyone else should be bowing down to them, right? At the end of the day, they are still the champions until we crown a new one today. We'll have to see. But that is a great start, and that's exactly the bounce back that we wanted from Evo's Phoenix.
Well, like I said, game number 1 may not be so good for them, but I think that game number 2 carries a lot of weight. The amount of kills that they have gotten is definitely off the charts, I would say. But would they be able to play it consistently, though? Because game number 1, not so consistent. But game number 2, that is the pace that we are expecting to see from Evo's Phoenix.
I mean, how crazy.
Oh!
18 kills and the booyah. I mean, you could have your cake and eat it too, apparently. Evo's Phoenix is on top, but I love the fact that Vastamundo, they bounced back as well. That was a very impressive game by Vastamundo.
They had a total of 9 kills, with a total of 17 points to their name. And following after that is Attack All Around that lost 5 points to them, and that is a total of 12 points. Evil Divine, 10 points, and so did Vivocade. Echo Esports with 9 points, Farang with 8, Wask with 7, Loud with 6. Oh man.
Yeah, that was not the greatest one. I mean, they still got 5 kills. They're still managing to do this. But it seems like they've been, you know, the deck is stacked against them. They haven't really been able to get a lot of the placement points. And I talk about the randomness of this, and you're seeing some of that effect. But how does Loud bounce back? I mean, especially with only 6 points there. Team Flash with, you know, 10th place with 3 points. V Gaming and Minerals with just 1 each. Yeah, they got a kill, but they didn't get any placement points, which is a little unfortunate for them.
Well, for the overall standings, I believe that Evo's Phoenix took the world by storm, and all of them did not expect to see this coming. They flew all the way to the first place with a total of 34 points, but Attack All Around, the friends of Evo's Phoenix, I would say, they are literally just 3 points below, so it's not too far. Vivocade, they are neck and neck with Vastamundo with 26 points, and Evo's Divine, 20 points, Echo Esports, and Loud and V Gaming, actually, all of them are just 1 point away from one another.
So close, so close. And the craziest thing to all of this is the Thai teams. Look at how they are just taking the top and the world by storm. When the first and second place, both from Thailand. I talked about Brazil, and Vivocade has stepped up. And I love the fact that they were amazing in the play-ins. But hey, maybe last week's experience really helped this team grow, because we're seeing some of the play-in teams top 6 right now.
That is actually very amazing to see. I mean, Echo Esports, Attack All Around, and Vivocade. Well, for V Gaming, well, not quite there just yet. Maybe we'll see more from them. But speaking of more, Evo's Phoenix Jonah has been giving us more kills over time, and that is a total of 6 kills as compared to the previous MVP. I believe that was 4 kills.
Yeah, and I think at this point, I mean, jokingly, I'm going to say that this guy's just being greedy, but this guy is like 6
some for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, where's the rest of the team? But the rest of the team got a ton of kills as well. I mean, 18? I mean, this is absolutely insane. But let's talk about the kill leaders. Other people got some kills as well, but they were all on Evo's Phoenix.
The sea is dyed, well, bluish red, I would say. Evo.
Really crazy. I mean, this is going to be one of those things. I expect to see more of them in the key players as well, because it looks like, you know, I mean, okay, it's going to be Pablo with 3 rescues. Some, you know, the pickups are very important. Dead God, you know, he was a glue wall destroyed with 8. I'm sure he would rather have those as kills, but hey, knocking down glue walls, very important for the team. Genball from Farang Esports used 19 glue walls. We saw a lot of action from Farang Esports. This is a team that was in a ton of skirmishes. Unfortunately, they didn't get too many kills and points, but they did, you know, they were definitely highlight level of play, I would say. But General, damage blocked, 1,073, pretty massive by General himself.
Well, the key players showed exactly how it is to be playing as the supporting players. And the members from the side of Farang as well as Vivocade should not go unnoticed. So if you ever see any one of these players in game number 3, watch out for them, because one of them, if not all of them, are going to excel in the way that they support their fellow players.
Yeah, it's going to be so much better. We have so many more matches left. We have 4 left. Not a whole lot of room, especially for those teams on the bottom. But like, okay, if you're going to be, you know, the bottom 6, I would say, what are you telling your team?
Honestly, at this point in time, I don't want to change anything in their gameplay. All I gotta do is go loud, go hype, go pumped, and get everyone's morale all the way up, up, up. and let them know that every one of us in the team is the best.
Yeah, I think that it's just keeping, just do what got you here. Right, don't change it. Don't have to change the strategy. You don't have to figure things out. Yeah, you might adjust a little bit, but I think in terms of, the actual gameplay, you got to stick to your guns, right? A lot of strategies have worked, and there's a reason why they're here, and I want to see more of that action.
Free Fire World Series meta may change a little bit here and there. Most of these teams are starting to play very defensively. They gotta have to find out how to play for the next few games because we still have 4 more games to go. But game number 3 will be right back after this very short break.
احنا واسك ما كيهمناش جميع الفرق اللي كاينين هنا بالخصوص فينيكس فورس ثم البطل العام اللي فات وهذا العام جينا باش ناخذوا البطوله منكم
นายไม่ต้องพูดเยอะหรอกนายให้ผลงานพูดแทนดีกว่า
Hey, lu mau ngalahin Phoenix? Kan masih di Divine.
Eu não tô ligando que vocês, os amigos da Phoenix Force, estão mais uma final de mundial. E não vai ter sorte para eles e vocês são fracos, então vamos amassar vocês. E vamos ser campeão porque o nível de vocês é muito abaixo do Brasil.
คิดว่าผมกากเหรอทำไมปีที่แล้วได้ที่2อ่ะปีนี้ที่2เหมือนเดิมมั้ง
Oh, tem calma. Este ano para ti resta o terceiro lugar, porque nós vamos ficar em primeiro.
Hey, Evoke Divine, phong độ của các bạn thật là ổn định đấy. Thành tích quốc tế liên tục giảm qua các mùa. Cố gắng phát huy nhá. Ya terserah sih lu mau apa, intinya gue bakal buktiin nanti di final. Tunggu aja.
Aku rasa tim kau biasa-biasa je. And cakap kat Brian jangan jadi support kalau bermain.
Ryan là hỗ trợ, nhưng mà số kêu nó kiếm được trong trận chung kết sẽ nhiều hơn bạn đấy.
Nanti kita tengok dalam game. Tim kau ke tim aku yang kuat?
Vamos, Farhan. Ustedes ni siquiera tienen el nivel para estar en esta mesa junto a los mejores del mundo. Ese tal Pablo no pudo ni conseguir 20 kills en la final.
Vocês querem falar de kill, vocês estão na nossa mira e a gente nunca erra.
ไปถามใครใครก็รู้ว่าฟินิกซ์ดีที่สุด
هاد المره ما غتنوضوش من الرماد ديالكم حيت اللي غنديو هاد البطوله.
Thôi, ai vậy?
ما عرفتش شكون هادو.
Por que vocês estão?
Chúng tôi đang để chức vô địch. Sau trận chung kết lần này, các bạn sẽ biết Vi Gaming là ai. Việt Nam mãi đỉnh.
พวกเองอ่ะเดี๋ยวได้เจอแอคแท็กออลาวเดี๋ยวก็รู้ว่าใครเก่งกว่ากัน
Não viemos aqui à toa e não passamos para brincadeira. Vamos amassar todos vocês.
Gua dan tim gua bakal juara PPS kali ini. Buat lu semua, hati-hati ya.
Hello and welcome back to the Free Fire World Series 2022 Sentosa. My name is Holler, with me is Eris, and how are you doing today as we get into match 3 here?
Absolutely fantastic. I think game 1, game 2, who would have thought to seen so much action happening in the middle of the game? Obviously, you would thought you saw a lot more hot drops coming in, but hey, that being said, the narrative is all set up. 2 down, 4 more to go.
Yeah, and Evo's Phoenix steps up, kind of like the whole, coming from rebirth and all that, in the sense of, match 1, they didn't have the greatest game, but they had an amazing bounce back game. This is what you wanted. You could see how much confidence, how much anger, I would say, and how much preparation they had as they're back here, because they were ready for this one. They came back storming with 18 kills and that booyah.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of fights happening as well, but talking about fights, let's take a look at our official gaming chair sponsor, and that's none other than
Secret Lab. It's going to be the official chair partner of the Free Fire World Series. It's secretlab.co/2022. We're in the Titan Evo. Make sure that you do get, a chance to at least sit in it, because it's super comfortable. It will help you game, and of course, all of the Free Fire players are sitting in the chair as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to game like a pro, get yourself one of these sweet gaming chairs. And that being said, let's take a look at, who you think will be heading into the favorites for third game.
Okay, every time I put out a favorite, I become vulnerable, right? And I feel bad because I feel like I'm putting too much pressure, or I'm cursing them or something of that sort, because, I talked about Loud. They kind of haven't really done all that well, right? I think a lot of the teams have kind of found out what they've done, and this is a very aggressive team, and they've been very unlucky. They have not gotten any sort of placement points.
Yeah, absolutely. They were caught out of control, by Evo's Phoenix, who had a fantastic round in the previous game, right? You talk about it, 18 kills along with the booyah to accompany with it. Even AAA, who were really strong in, just holding their fort, they had to, kind of just turtle up and make sure that the last remaining player, which was Kororo, had to pull out the turtle strut just to get second placement in terms of points.
And speaking of points, a lot of the teams are knowing that they're very important for those placement points. We've seen, 12 teams surviving at the 11-minute mark, right? Which is very different from typical Free Fire World Series, play, right? Where we see usually one team gets unlucky, they get knocked out on a drop-in. But, in this case, almost all of them have been able to revive themselves, get themselves back in the game. But this one's going to be purgatory, a little bit of a change of pace from Kalahari. What are your thoughts going into this match 3?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more action happen in the first half of the game, I would say. That's because a lot of these teams like to hot drop. We talk about Vivocade and Wask. They like to drop into Forge. And then another one that I would like to point out is actually Evo's Phoenix themselves. They usually drop into Marbleworks, where Farang also loves to drop in there as well. So we could possibly see one too many fights happen in the first half of that, particular map.
Yeah, it could be hot, it could be heavy. We're going to see how that one plays out. We're going to go into game 3. This one's going to be in purgatory. There's going to be so much at stake. You do not want to be behind going into the end of the first half. We're going to go into this one to see exactly who wins out in purgatory.
Yes, absolutely. Let's take a look at the map as the players drop into the third game of the day of the Grand Finals. It's Purgatory.
And Purgatory, here we go. This is going to be a crazy one. There's a lot of rivers. There's a lot of strategic elements. Landmarks are very important. Where do you take it? Where do you play? How do you kind of do this? But let's look at the points exactly to see where we can go, how we can get ourselves into the money. We want to be in the top 6, I would say. But, of course, all of these teams are getting money. But, when Evo's Phoenix and Attack All Around, both from Thailand at the top 2, Thailand might be coming home with a lot of money.
Yeah, I think Loud would be very happy with this circle, right? If, and only if they drop to where they usually drop in Crossroads. We saw the blue zone there, plenty of loot available for them. So like I said, Loud would be very happy for it. Immediately, we get V Gaming into some action alongside Vivocade.
Okay, V Gaming and Vivocade were like, hey, we both have a team name of V's, but, Nando's been knocked out. Vivocade, this is a terrible start for them. They don't want to be in any of this sort of action. Modestia is just like, I'll stay on this watchtower. He tries to go for some sort of action, but on the other side of the map, Bastamundo in a skirmish with Echo Esports as well. There's action all around. I was telling people to hold on, but nobody wants any of that.
Absolutely, Bastamundo starting off really strong. Now moving on to the updates here, we see Luka just taking the high ground.
Disrespect!
Immediately gets a knockdown onto Ombak.
Oh my gosh, did you see Luka there? He planted the stand right on the dead body of, the Echo Esports player. I sorry, I didn't catch the name, but unfortunately, he just let him have it. He didn't go for the kill and then the plant. He went for the plant and then the kill, and that's, this is what I love about this game. The trash talking, the elements of, T's involved.
I like how you kept that piece in there. Now, moving on, we have EVO's Divine. Not exactly the best start they would have hoped for as compared to their EVO's counterpart. 2 members already down, and while Westermundo, they are feeling the heat, or would I say feeling in the midst of it.
Yeah. But they're fine. This is a very different game, and I want to see the other teams start to pick up a little bit, to be more aggressive. General right now just running for his life, just looking for the revives. That's got to happen to give their team a chance right now. But they are crippled at this point, literally losing 3 members to start. Very bad start for them, but Vastamundo. Wow, this is a team that's really stepped up. They're on top right now. I mean, yes, it's a little early, but they've got 3 kills.
Yeah, this is the best start that you can hope for, right? Dropping the central, getting 3 kills, like you said, on the edge of the circle where they usually love to play, or at least in the first half before going aggressive. And with the circle update, you see the usual teams that drop into the middle of it all with Team Flash, as well as attack all around, just making themselves really comfortable at Brasilia, which I think is, it's as central as you can get in Purgatory.
No, it's the most important part, because if you end up being, on the western island or the southern island, and then all of a sudden the circle happens to be on the other side, you are totally screwed. You have to swim across the river, and you just become literally fish in a barrel, so to speak, for any of those teams. Attack all around, they've been very strategic. Almost every single map, they tend to be in this central location. It's perfect for their playstyle because they like to let the other teams go to them.
And it's very consistent to how they actually play in the planes. We saw that coming out, that habit, the ability to just control the fights. And even then, we saw in Game 2 when they were playing Kalahari, that was how they played. You don't really have to take those fights. When you're down to a final member, just turn up, knowing that you don't have the firepower to take a head-on engagement with another team.
Yeah, don't be risky. But, okay, one of the places that I don't like on Purgatory is the Moat House. And if you look at where, EVOS right now are in the top, EVOS Divine, they're going to be going head-to-head against Minerals Esports. I don't think that that's a skirmish that people expected. Moat House is one of those types where I literally have a moat in a house, and yet you're coming towards me and crossing the river. Very dangerous spot. Jota right there. Jota getting shot out right now by Beyond.
Yeah, Jota had to find that out the hard way, and Beyond, like you said, getting those free taps. And here comes the rest of Minerals Esports just piling on, but Beyond holding his ground right there, and he's doing a fantastic job at this as well. He might just get a second kill, not exactly in his favor there. Fixar's gonna get the knockdown.
Yeah, it was a 1-for-1 action, and they're going to continue on. Who pulls out so far? Minerals Esports has done quite well thus far, and it looks like they're going to pick up the rest of the team. This is a massive win for the Latam team of Minerals Esports. They got 4 to their name. Jota, the MVP on their team, the latest acquisition. Yes, they've only played 2 years in the Free Fire Pro League, but my God, this guy's a monster. If anybody's looking to get into Free Fire, understand how this guy plays, because he's just going to help you improve, because he's just so mechanically sound. Everything that he's doing, you need to do as well.
Yeah, that was a perfect combination of using the time turner as well as the glue walls to just close up the gap by leaps and bounds, and eventually getting the job done by getting knocked down onto Beyond. So I think this is something that a lot of teams, kind of underestimate when they're going up against Minerals Esports, because like you said, they're fairly new team as compared to some of these veterans in this game. But they've proven there that they can definitely hold your weight when they're up against those big boys.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're new or old at the end of the day. I know how to fire this gun. I know how to click some heads. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a great time doing it. But, okay, attack all around. Again, very plain. My only concern with them is that, seeing as that they haven't moved anywhere and they let the teams come to them, is that they don't really have a whole lot of the utility, which might affect them in the late game.
Yeah, it's all about resource management right here. And about attack all around once again, finding themselves in the middle of it all. We talk about Team Flash, not too far away. They haven't had the best start coming into today's games in the grand finals, but can they actually get some points off the Thai team here?
Need points. Need points. All the other teams are like, just please find a Thai team. Please take them out, because we need to ensure that, hey, a friend of a friend, enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? I think that's how the saying goes. And at the end of the day, if you stop the Thai teams, it's going to really help the rest of the teams in the Free Fire Pro League, or in the Free Fire World Series.
Or you could go super aggressive and just say that everyone is my enemy. It is a legit.
You don't have a lot of friends, do you?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, all right. They're frenemies? Are they? What side are they on?
I guess in the case for Attack All Around, everyone's the enemy. Kinda, you saw them play that in the first 2 games. They don't care which team you are. As long as you're coming up against the high ground, our ground, we're gonna take you out.
Yeah. And they need to ensure that anybody that walks by pays the toll. Right? You have to be that troll under the bridge. You have to ensure that anybody that walks by is making sure that, hey, this is a scary team. You got to be careful of all the different angles that they have, and they're going to be safe. But they're right in the smack dab middle, right? If you're looking at some of the other teams, look at Loud in the Northwest. Hasn't really been able to find anything, but look, Team Flash looking to find something.
Yeah, they got the first knockdown. They do lose Bloody in the midst of it all, but that is a small price to pay as they take over some control from Attack All Around. We do have members in the vicinity. Danger Zone now going to be pushing them away. Shin dropping down the first. The shotgun to the back of the head of Folky as he tries to make an escape, but only finds himself dead.
Okay, Folky. I mean, if you're going to shoot the guy, maybe you shoot him in the face, not in the back, huh?
No respect.
No respect. That's just disrespectful, right?
You take whatever points you can get.
Yeah, no, actually, I would shoot the guy in the knee first, and then I would then, just plant the stand, and then, okay, there's a reason why I'm not in the Pro League or in the Free Fire World Series.
Yeah, I'll be calling you a BM out for that. But now, taking a look at the update right here, Minoros Esports, obviously at the top of the table, 4 members still alive, 4 kills in the back. V Gaming not too far off with 3 kills of their own.
Yeah, and Team Flash doing pretty well. This is the bounce back game that we wanted from the old Burst the Sky team. They have a lot of experience coming in, playing in the last year's Free Fire World Series. I expect to see more. I wanted them to do more, especially since they were the top team in Vietnam. Vietnam, very strong region. V Gaming as well. There's a reason why there's 2 teams out of 12 in the entire world playing in the Free Fire World Series, but they haven't really had a whole lot of success thus far today.
Yeah, hopefully they will have their fortunes turned as we do get the circle update closing in. Brazil is still in it. I think this is really good for some of these teams that have already crossed the bridge. Mainly EVOS, rather both EVOS teams do like to take a little bit of the slow approach at the start, but now we're starting to see teams from the bottom end. Westermundo taking a fight against Wox as well as V Gaming.
Yeah, and okay, if we see what's happening, V Gaming is just going to have to just buckle himself in right now, keep those glue walls alive, at least for now, but I don't know where the support is. Wosk is getting shot at, and it looks like V Gaming are kind of just a bit of a skirmish, and Nunes from Vastamundo have actually third-partied, and they're at the right time at the right place.
Yeah, Westermundo is masters of this. They love this third-party fights, and they're finding themselves ripping the rewards. They get a couple of free knockdowns there. Wosk gonna fire some back as own. Blazzario gonna be the first one out. Already the Blazer 10 is gonna be first one out. Wosk, just trying to buy time, trying to close up the gap, trying to cross that river, and Vastamundo not letting up this fight.
Yeah, not giving him any space to go. There was the bridge, there was that river. This is the problem with Purgatory. You have to make sure that you're in the right spot. You do not want to be going from open areas to try to find some cover at that point. At that point, it's way too late, and Vastamundo are on the run. Look, we see him running down the riverbank, and he doesn't want any part of, Echo Esports at that time, but Farong, right nearby. I don't know if this is going to be a great stop for it, but Farong gets a nice shot onto Koja.
Yeah, just taking the time right here, and Farang, they had a better second game as compared to the first. I think they want to ride on this momentum. And Koja, what are you doing? He tries to scout around, and Too Bad just gets a free knockdown here, but he's in a lot of trouble. But the rocket launcher buys him up, and Spade comes to his rescue as well. Now Echo Esports, they are punished for this push. And here comes Jambel trying to get the job done onto the last member. Dutz trying his best, but Echo Esports gets blasted in their face.
Echo Esports out. This is the #1 playing team. They were doing so well up until that part. That seemed like a little suspect play where he was driving around on the bike. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was doing donuts or something. I don't know. But he was just like, hey, look at my bike. But then he just got shot off it. And Echo Esports pays with their life. They're down with as the 11th team, but 10 teams left. There's still plenty of time for these other ones to make a move. Loud, on the other hand, kind of quiet. They need to be more aggressive. They're playing it incorrectly. They're behind. They need those kills now.
Yeah, we saw that in Game 1 in Bermuda, where they rotated really slow, and this is very unlike Loud. The Loud that we knew from last year's Free Fire World Series, they were aggressive, they went for kills, they were decisive, they got lots of frags, but this time around, seems like this switch up in play not really suiting themselves.
It's awkward, right? You're playing on the main stage, there's a lot of eyeballs watching you. You have teams that you've never played against. The meta is completely different, right? Getting yourself in that position where you feel comfortable, like in the other leagues, you play against those teams for like 6 weeks in a row. You understand the play styles and how they're going to be playing, so that you kind of get, you kind of understand what the teams is going to do. But if we're looking at Loud here, they're getting some free shots on the Farang Esports. Loud, a bunch of vultures. They're making sure they get every single kill.
Yeah, and similar to how Bermuda was played out, Farang and Loud, they rotate slowly here. Farang on the receiving end of Loud's rough, and now heading into the southern end of Circle, Westermundo, going up against members of WASC, who are doing a fine job of getting those free shots from the top. But Mr. Ali just unfortunately gets knocked down from Crusher, who's at the bottom of the river, getting those, pretty free shots towards his direction.
Okay, Mr. Ali was the MVP on WASC, and it seems super awkward because the rest of the team was getting shot at, and they're continuing to get shot at by Vastamundo here. Crusher just completely on point. Nice knock there, and it looks like he's going to be the last one, and they get the other one, and they clean up WASC. Vastamundo is on a roll with 8 kills to their name.
They have no respect for WASC right there. WASC had the higher ground, but Westermundo is like, you know what? We got this glue walls. We're just going to buy a bit of time with the defense coming up from Time Turner, and they took the fight so well, losing only 1 member in the process. That is as good as a fight as it gets.
Yeah, that's perfectly what you want. But Minerals Esports right now, they're in a bit of a jam-packed building right now with Team Flash. And Team Flash, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to find anything. Brian has been down. Fixes those 3 is down as well. And it looks like they're going to change it up. No. Yotop back is in. He gets the nice pickup. He's going to heal his teammates. He's going to keep himself alive. He's going to clean up the rest of Brian. And it looks like Sam 13 has been eliminated as well. But Minerals Esports really stepping up. And this is exactly what you wanted, as they were, I think the top, the bottom 2 teams right now.
Yeah, they actually challenged Evo's Divine at Moat House early in the game. They got a kill, the first kill, I believe, and then now they are looking to take this fight and try to job. And here comes Loud coming in really loud, no pun intended. 3 knockdown, Spade goes out, and now they're wrecking up to 6 kills. Wow, scratch that. They take out Farang, who bows out in 9th place.
Oh, Loud. See, they're so good with their ambushes. They catch a team out, wide out in the open. Farang Esports is like, whoa, what was that? He gets knocked, and then all of a sudden the rest of the team is eliminated. Team Flash has been eliminated now as well. Minerals Esports with 8 kills to their name. Again, both of these teams really needed to step up as they're looking to just close out the first half with Game 3.
Yeah, Latam teams, they are here, and they are here to stay. They did so well in that fight, and now that leaves Evo's Divine with the remaining member in Beyond, who, ironically was the member to first go down at Moat House. And now, looking at the update, Circle closing into this area where there's not too much covers on, very tactically challenging with the verticality on this side of the map.
Okay, Vastamundo has Luca left. He was the last one left on that team. This is great for them. Yes, they have 9 kills, but now it's about placement points. It's 7 teams left. There's plenty of room to figure something out. Evo's Phoenix have taken the foot off the gas. They're like, we don't want any sort of action. This is not the one we're going to look to just go. We're going to look for pickoff. Jyota will just gladly sacrifice him to the storm, deny points to the rest of the team. Evo's Phoenix is there, but V Gaming with 6 kills. A lot of these teams, man, look at how many kills they have.
Yeah, Minerals Esports, they did well in that fight, but because of how long they took to conclude that, now, this storm is coming behind them. They're getting themselves hit by Evo's Phoenix, and now Joanna with the rocket launcher to Fate's face, who goes down there, brings Minerals Esports out in 7th place.
Yeah, they got a decent number of kills, but Vastamundo, the last one, has been killed as well, and unfortunately that's the case, but it looks like that's going to be a pretty big one. And Evo's Phoenix are now here. They've got 3 kills. They want to try to find something. They need to continue to do this. Loud have turned it up, and they are the kill leader. There's for a reason, but Jonah says hello as he tried to enter the building. He gets knocked right there. Jonah will happily take that.
Yeah, the rocket launcher meta coming to play right now. Jonah isn't stopping. Lost 21 gets knocked down, and I think K17, can he actually buy his team out? He gets a reply, but K17's caught out right outside the zone, as Jonah has no mercy for them, wrecking up to 5 kills. Loud now in a lot of trouble, but they have 9 kills on the board. Kronos, the last member standing.
Stay alive, my friend. You need the placement points. You've gotten the kills. Great. You're down to the last man. Don't take any sort of risk. Make sure that you have a chance here. Louder down to the last member. Kronos has to play smart. He has to play quietly, but he's been eliminated. Evo's Phoenix comes from behind. Make sure that he cleans it up. They've got 7 kills, and they're like, happily take that one. But AAA, they're trying to do what they can. I think they were 4 strong at this point, but there's 8 players left. 3 teams left, 7 players.
And now V Gaming in the perfect spot because there's no more revival zones, no more vending machines. So that puts V Gaming against AAA. Whoever wins this fight, I think is looking to be fair to get the booyah. But, I don't want to invoke any strikers curse here. As V Gaming, well, they've got the knockdown, and now it's down to the final 2.
Evo's Phoenix perfect position. They played that one incredibly smart. Yes, there's only 2 members of them, but V Gaming have 3. This is going to be down to the last 5 players. Oh, Jonah runs right by him, gets the key, knocks down Dark Love. He gives himself a chance. Bintu and Ventan, how are they going to play this? Do they want to res him? Is it going to come down to that? Ventan, he's going to have to heal. Bintu's still alive. Dark Love is just more scouting more than anything else. They haven't given anything out, and it looks like they're going to continue to just kind of keep him from afar.
This is when you wish that you had real-time rhythm, you bring down the glue walls, you can finish off the queue, but now Evo's Phoenix is gonna take this one slow. Moshi and Binsu buying time as they wait for the circle to start to close in. They're just separated by just one single fence.
Yeah, no real chance. I don't think you want to take this, especially with the numbers. But Jonah, I mean, yes, he's being supported, but Moshi's got to do everything. Oh, he tries to cover around. He does get knocked here, and it looks like Moshi's going to be the last one alive. And can he get the shot? He does get one shot. That's going to be one knock. Dark Love is still alive. He's going to try to be 1 versus 1. And there you go. Evo's Phoenix take that one out, proving again why this is the championship team. They are so strong. Outgoing against a 2 versus 3, and they pull this one out.
They looked untouchable at this point in time. They had, they had the odds against their favorites. It was a 2v3, but look at how Joanna bought so much time with the rocket launcher, finding knocks after knocks. V Gaming were left with a very tough question to ask. Do you revive your teammate, or do you try to take this fight head on?
Yeah, that was it's a question, a situation I don't want to be in. It's one of the craziest things, but Evo's Phoenix proving to be why they're one of the top teams, and they're going to continue to be with 2 booyahs in a row. But let's check the highlights.
Boy, oh boy, Evo's Phoenix rises from the ashes right there. Just when it looked like the odds were stacked against their favors, the rocket launchers come in to help Joanna find that booyah.
I mean, it's one of those crazy things that you have a great situation, 3 versus 2 V Gaming that was, and you're going to just close that one out. And at the end, sometimes you see the great jubilation, Evo's Phoenix shushing everybody, and then you see the signs of defeat in the sense of V Gaming. They had a great opportunity to get those extra 3 points of that booyah, and it just kind of slipped through their fingers. It was one of those moments where you feel for them, but again, Evo's Phoenix, just too strong of a team at this point.
I think in Game 1, some of the teams kind of poked the bear right there, right? We talked about Evo's Phoenix being lackluster in Game 1, and then they came out strong in Game 2, and now in Game 3, they proved that once again, they are the team to beat. Can they actually repeat the feat of what they did in last year's Free Fire World Series?
Okay, last year, they won the first 3 booyahs, 1, 2, 3 matches, right? And then I think they won the 6th one as well. So this is a team that just like, once they get that momentum, which they have right now, it's super scary. But let's talk a little bit about the match standings here. Evo's Phoenix with 22, 10 kills, 12, and the booyah. V Gaming with 11 kills, 9 points with 20 points. Still very good by V Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. They had a really good start, and they're leading that momentum, and hopefully this is the game that they need, or rather they have, to kind of just carry on into the last half of the day. Lau in 3rd place with 15 points, Vastamundo in 4th, not too shabby, with 14 points on the board.
Yeah, okay, but Minerals Esports, this is a game that they had to have gotten some points in. They got 12, that was a great one for them. Attack all around, yes, they were 2nd place, and this is probably going to hurt them in the long run right now, but this is the first half. They're still in prime position, even to make a run for it, or 2 towards Evo's Phoenix, they have a chance. Evo's Phoenix have not taken away and run away with everything thus far, so hold your horses at this point, but the other teams really need to help out. They need to ensure that they knock down Evo's Phoenix early.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate, especially for a team like Vivocade, who did really well in Game 2, and then coming to Game 3 to find themselves unfortunately knocked off the ball. Look at that, they've dropped to 7th place with only 26 points.
Yeah, this is it was a rough one. I mean, they started strong. I mean, they did get the booyah, they had that one, but they're not getting the kills. They're not finding that, you know, that groove, so to speak. Evos Divine have struggled as well, and there's a reason why they're in 6th. And a tackle around, I feel like when you have 16 kills and you're in 2nd place, you're getting a little bit lucky in terms of the placement points, so that's why they're there. But look at the monsters of Evos Phoenix. 31 kills, Bastamondo with 21. I love the fact that this team has showed up. Big props to the European team.
Yeah, this is how competitive it is. You mentioned Evos Divine doing not so well 6th place. Last week, we wouldn't have said that. This is a completely different story, right? If you found yourself in the top half last week, you say, oh, they're doing well. You know, it looks like they could possibly creep in the top 4. But now that we're in the grand finals, 6th place doesn't cut it.
It doesn't cut it, but again, 3 more matches, right? Like, let's, you know, calm down a little bit. 4 or 5 will set it up so that you know exactly what's going to happen in that 6th place. But like last week when we had the play-ins, Ignis Esports thought they had a chance. They won the booyah. They got a decent number of kills, but it wasn't enough. But let's look at the MVP here. Van Tan here, V Gaming, 5 kills. V Gaming, there's a reason why they ended up in 2nd.
Yeah, they did really well right there, and I felt like that game was theirs to lose, right? We talked about it, the advantage that they had, 3v2, no more vending machines, no more revival zone. At that point in time, it's just pure firepower. Unfortunately, they came out short, but this is still a fantastic game for Van Tam as 5 kills. Hey, that's no easy feat.
Yeah, and Van Tan is definitely going to be on the kill leaders as being the MVP with that one, but it looks like other people got 5 kills as well, with Evos Phoenix there, with Moshi getting 5 monster. Mineral Esports are Hyota. This guy, man, we knew he was going to be something that people needed to worry about, but the fact that he's like literally picking the team on his back, he's giving themselves a chance to, you know, to score very highly, and this is a team that really nobody wants to deal with in Mineral Esports.
Yeah, Southeast Asian teams look to be one of the most aggressive teams coming into the grand finals. You know, Vietnam as well as the Thai region, they look so strong coming in terms of firepower. But let's take a look at the key players that we have right now. Fixer, but pretty decent, I would say. 2 rescues, you know, kind of like the angel of the team at this point.
Yeah. You need somebody that's like that in terms of the support, making sure that they do that. But Van Tan, not only is he getting kills, but he's also destroying glue walls. He's doing a great job with that. But V Gaming, Binsu as well, glue walls used, very good support usage, making sure that his team is safe. And now, while Echo Esports Duts, this is a guy that gets a lot of kills. He's won, you know, 4 Predator awards himself, but getting chrono damage blocks, kind of not the stat that you really want.
Well, it could be a good thing if you're translating it into booyahs, but unfortunately for Duts, at this point, well, blocking damage but not dishing it out is, like we said, is just not cutting it. And I think this is something that Echo Esports need to quickly rectify if they want to put themselves a fighting chance of at least fighting into the top half of the table.
Yeah, and here's the issue with some of the teams, is that when you have that all-star, like the Hota, the Duts, all of these guys, don't get me wrong, the other players are very strong on the team, right? But the thing is that there are situations where you're putting too much pressure for them to do it. If he gets knocked out early, what are you going to do, right? You haven't been able to support that team properly, and it seems like we're seeing some of the faults of these teams, right? Are we looking for more well-balanced teams like Evos Phoenix, which almost anyone can just pop up at any moment? Or do you want that super all-star, that Michael Jordan who can carry the entire team?
At this point, I think, you know, you kind of don't get a choice to choose, but if you had a choice, I'm pretty sure it would be a lot of chance. And now we are down to the final 3 games. Well, what are your thoughts, you know, moving into the 4th one?
Okay, well, we've seen, it's been the Evos Phoenix story thus far in matches 2 and 3, right? This is one of those things where, you know, I'm worried because I like things to be close. I want to give the dark horses a chance. You know, the 5 or the 6, I want them to actually step up. It's going to be one of those moments that can happen. The second half is going to be very interesting to see who really wants it, who's going to step up, but we're going to find out right after this break.
777. I am like the dog eat dog world. Can't trust anything that happened on there. Only your gun can show you the way to survive. Everything has changed. I fight for myself. Taking this small game is a... I cannot yet lay my body down to rest. Just like a shark. I can see better. So-called sighted people. Now that I've picked up the scent, all I need to do is hide in the shadows, waiting for my prey. Found you.
Hello, survivors. The battle is starting. Here are the teams y'all are gonna see in the play-in. Among them, just a few teams have a shot to make the finals. Let's see which teams will earn their seats in the finals.
Thought they had the high ground. They thought they were walking in and they were just gonna destroy everybody.
Knocked down at front, they managed to hold their own with only one member left.
Three games down, 3 more to go, and we are jumping back into Bermuda. Once again, my name is Aris Cousins. I mean, it's going to be none other than Howler, but what a day this has been. Has been so close for all of these teams here at Free Fire World Series 2022 Sentosa.
this is pretty much it. There's 3 more matches. There's no more room for error. We're going to find out who really wants it in this next game. If you might be mathematically eliminated going into 5th and 6th, which is super depressing, but it might happen for some of those bottom-dwelling teams. Right now, it's about all of the other teams. Who can step up? Who can take out the team from EVOS Phoenix, from the Thailand team? It's going to be super important.
Yeah, I think this is, something that the teams will be paying attention to closely, and something that we also have to pay attention to is none other than Secret Lab, our official gaming chair partner of the Free Fire World Series 2022, Sentosa.
Yeah, secretlab.co/2022. Make sure that you get the Titan Evo chair. It's going to be great for you. All of the players, of course, using that. And we're going to go into match 4. Very important here. Ensuring that you get your points, you get your kills, you get your placement, you ensure that you do all the things right, but sometimes you just get unlucky, and it's just really unfortunate for you.
Yeah, it's all about consistency right here. I think one of the teams that is doing that really well is Attack All Around. Yeah, not the best game in Game 3, but I think if they can keep up the performances of what they did in Game 1, Game 2, keep the strategy going of just controlling the circle, take fights when teams are coming in really late, make sure that they gatekeep and hopefully they do get some free points. I think they'll do well. But now, coming back into Bermuda, this is one of the teams that does really well, Attack All Around, very consistent. Another team to look out for as well is Vivo-K. They came in second in terms of total number of points, but they were the team to actually get the booyah.
Okay, well, I totally agree with all those statements, but Free Fire is a game of momentum. We're seeing a lot of the teams that the Minerals Esports, the V Gaming, the EVOS Phoenixes, they're finding ways to get those kills, right? Loud has kind of done that as well, but they haven't scored as many points. Right now, you need to ensure that you continue on the streak. Hopefully you get lucky. You need to ensure that when you're getting into the later stages of the game, you don't want to get third party. We're seeing too much action where you're taking too much risk and you're getting punished for it.
Yeah, there is no more warm-up, no more second chances as they dive into the last rotation of the map. You've done this the first time, the second and third time round. Now is where the teams, or rather the hungriest teams, will start to shine. And I think, like you mentioned, EVOS Phoenix is one of the teams that none of the teams seem to have an answer for them as of now.
All right, I asked Abstract this question last time. Okay, you're on the bottom looking up. What do you tell your team to ensure that they have a better performance this game?
I think to just kind of begin that motivational speech, you begin by saying, okay, look, we have nothing to lose right now. We're looking from the bottom. Hopefully at the end of it all, I can say we are here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty massive step up. Every single 2 places or so is going to get you more money, right? You want to ensure that you have an opportunity to get the lion's share of this $2 million USD prize pool, which is actually crazy if you think about it, right? This is life-changing money. First place is going to get you $500,000. I mean, if you had $500,000, what are you spending it on?
I would be doing a crazy ton of unresponsible monetary decisions, but hopefully the teams will not be doing that as we jump into game number 4. None other than the OG of all maps, Bermuda.
Bermuda, we're back to where it started. It's going to be there. It's going to be game 1 all over again in that sense. But hopefully teams have kind of figured out what they did wrong. I mean, it looks like the drop is going to happen here. The teams don't are going to see what they can do. But this is one of those moments where, again, teams are still, they know what they do. They know where they're dropping. But, I don't know what else to say at this point.
Oh, yeah, obviously. And you look at the scoreboards right now, EVOS Phoenix still at the top. Teams are starting to drop down right now. I think this, this flight path is pretty central as it can get, coming from the east all the way to the western. And we do see teams dropping really early. Vivo-K looks like they're dropping into the same zone as they were in the first map of Bermuda, right down in the middle of the strip.
Okay. All right, we're going to see the drop here. EVOS Phoenix is there. Wask, I love this costume, by the way. Okay, when in doubt, you just change costumes, all right? That helps you a lot.
You got to confuse the opponents.
Okay, now I'm a dinosaur. Now I'm a lion. Tiger. What are you going to do?
All right, Team Loud here immediately taking a fortunate hit from Mr. Ali. Well, he was angry in game 2 where he got knocked out, but here is coming for revenge. Loud and clear, message received.
Yes, and that's what you want to do. Baby steps, right? You might be behind, but you got to get that single kill. You win that team fight. You win that 50-50. Give yourself a chance to be like, hey, there's a reason why we're the top 12 teams in the world, right? We're here for a reason, and we're going to make sure our name is heard.
Now, dropping straight down into Clock Tower, it's none other than Evolve's Phoenix, who's standing at the top of the leaderboard alongside against Minerals Esports, who did really well in game 2. You know, don't get me wrong, but this is a different ball game. We're talking about Evolve's Phoenix.
I mean, okay, last game, what they did was they actually played it a little bit, you know, patiently. They didn't take any sort of risk. They were looking for placement points, understanding that they have a monster lead right now. They're going to probably continue to do that. They're going to vulture as many kills as they can. Now, some of the other bottom-dwelling teams, I hate to use that term, but it's unfortunately the state of the game for them. Those are the teams that really need to step up. They need to be aggressive. They need to ensure that you take a little bit more risk so you can get more kills, because you need all of the points that you can get at this stage.
Yeah, unfortunately for Loud, they're once again, you know, not the best start for them. Evolve's Divine doing real well, you know, just swarming the teams. I like how Evolve's Divine takes this fight, right? The fact that they dropped the Sentosa and, you know, maybe Lady Luck shining on them as well. Circle closing in onto the southern eastern part, which means Evolve's Divine have all the time in the world to just kind of loot and then not pressured into rotating in where, you know, teams on the other side of the main island could be just, you know, gatekeeping them.
Yeah, look, I love Loud. I was talking, about the pregame about the fact that they were one of my favorites going into this one. It seems like they've been really unlucky, but hey, this is the 4th match. If you have 4 matches in a row and you're being very unlucky, it's actually you, not me at this stage, right? You seem to be making mistakes. You seem to be getting into the hot drop spots where you're taking a lot of unnecessary risk.
Well, on the flip side of the coin, this just means that every single team out there is stepping up their game, right? It's no more just testing grounds. They're really out here to prove, or at least try to claim the title of being the best Free Fire team in the world. And here comes Evo's Phoenix trying to defend that crown, doing it really perfectly against Minerals Esports.
Oh, Evo's Phoenix, they found Minerals Esports, and they were going to look to clean this one up, and they were cheering. They got Hota down already. They do get the revive. He's back in it, but Getbu, it looks like he's going to take on Gluso, and it looks like they've got a great start to this one. They've got 3 kills to their name, but Minerals Esports still not out of this one. They're going to look to just kind of slow things down, maybe take it a little bit safer elsewhere.
Yeah, I love this coming from Evolve's Phoenix. The fact that they like to drop where, you know, revival zones are means that the moment they lose the early fight, they can quickly get their teams up and running and try to take a second, third, fourth, you know, refrags. And this is important because you get the kill stays and converts into points, and if you can do that consistently in the early game, that sets it up really, really well in terms of, you know, momentum and also taking into the final stages of this particular map.
And it looks like Minerals Esports are almost back to full right now, which is actually huge for them. Crusher is going to be revived as well. So, you know, again, it's about the revive system. Sometimes you get a little unlucky, and it's one of those things where it kind of mitigates most of that, and it makes things a little bit more consistent in the end. So, you know, it's really going to help out this team, give themselves a chance. Minerals Esports need to stay alive. They cannot be eliminated early. Pretty much is a death sentence at this point.
Yeah, and well, now currently on the map, this is what I love about Attack all around. The moment the circle update comes in, they get on their bikes, literal bikes, all vehicles, depending on how you look at it, immediately travels into the second center of the zone. This is what they're known for. This is the way they played in planes, and this is how they're going to play it. They're not pressured by the fact that they're not getting booyahs. They say, you know what, we're just going to play in our most comfortable style. This is the style that we are known for, that we're most comfortable in. This is how we're going to get the points. We're going to do it my way all the highway.
Okay, you know that Attack all around, you know these guys are, you know, rich. The reason being is that they have cars and they can afford gas. Both of those things are actually key at this stage, and they're both moving along. I mean, this is a team that, you know, look at the car, man. Look at the rims on that thing. But look at Beyond. He's got his own angel wings, and he's going to just kind of jump out of that one. And Evo's Divine, another team. We haven't seen them find their groove yet. Yes, they've had a decent number of games where they've gotten kills, but they haven't really kind of, you know, gotten that elusive booyah yet.
Yeah, and here comes the mini gamble, right? Will the circle eventually end in Sentosa? Or will it move towards the northern end, or rather southern end of Kototoa, where, you know, that means that Evolve's Divine will have to make a quick rotation. They might get gatekept like from teams like Attack All Around or even Evolve's Phoenix themselves. Hopefully they don't, but we've seen this one too many times, especially in the previous maps, where teams traveling in late get punished because of the late rotation.
Yeah, everybody gets punished by the late rotation. It's about awareness. It's about understanding where you could be potentially flanked. If there are times where your tunnel vision, and it looks like Fede's all by himself, really nowhere to go. JLX is just unloading on him. Fede throws out the grenade, misses on that one, but Folky's trying to wrap around. He does make him turn a different direction, and that was perfectly played by Attack all around. Too many different angles, not able to cover it, and Jetty goes down.
Yeah, I think he did his best there, but there's just too much firepower in, the favor of attack all around. The first ones to get there, they stick very closely as a team. This is the style, the Thai way, and it's proven to be quite successful in the previous games. But now, a little bit of an update. EVOS Phoenix still late into circle. Same goes for teams like Loud, where they're coming in from the factory end. And we do see, a little bit of an airdrop, nice looking scenery there. Hopefully the teams do get to enjoy the view, but no time to enjoy as we head into the very second circle.
Okay, it looked like Hoi-Sung was going to go grab that crate up. It looks like he was going to be there. But Minerals Esports, they had early skirmishes. They're down to 3 players. All of them have been zombified. They are back, and they need to make something happen. Yes, there's only 1 player that's technically been killed, but it's on your team. And Minerals Esports haven't found that kill yet. They haven't found that groove. They haven't been able to find anything other than, a couple deaths on their side.
Yeah, this is not the perfect start, but I think what the strategy here is just to kind of play it safe, because you don't know where the whereabouts of the teams are. You haven't really heard too much firefight. You need to scout the rest of the team. And talking about scouting, Crusher here runs straight into members of Echo Esports. There's a little bit of distance. The rest of Western Mundos have already abandoned him, and Crusher, unfortunately, will get swallowed whole by members of Echo.
Oh my gosh, he just turned around, and he saw 3 people. This is like walking into that dark alleyway where you get mugged. You know something bad is going to happen, but why would you turn that corner, especially without your friends? Just really bad spot for him, but it looks like Jonah gets the knock here, and it looks like he's going to clean him up, and it looks like there's going to be more going in. EVOS Phoenix just completely on point. Farang Esports are looking to be there, but the Get, the Get has been knocked. The Cruz is the last one alive. Is he able to clutch this one out? This would be a massive win for almost all the other teams. They do get the pickup. That's going to be a good start. Moshi's back in. He's going to look to heal himself, and he looks like he's going to go run back. Nice glue wall. That's going to buy him time to pick up the other one. Farang Esports are kind of moving around, but they haven't cleaned up the kills. Jemball's he's looking for Moshi. Moshi's just buying some time, and he's looking to fight this one. And it looks like they might actually turn this around. Nice grenade. That's going to create a little bit of space right here. And Jemball's been knocked, and EVOS Phoenix, they were on the back side, and it looks like Farang Esports have been completely thwarted.
What a ton of events right there. Seemed like the bad start for EVOS Phoenix. 3 members down. You left the Cruz. Puts on an individual play, which was the sickest glue wall. Turn around 180 degrees. Comes in, gets 2 members rest up, and then they regroup and take the fight, winning it and getting themselves a total of 6 kills at this point. Boy, they look so untouchable.
Oh my gosh, the Cruz. There's a reason why this guy was MVP of last year's Free Fire World Series, right? He was down. There were 2 other people knocked. He was literally by himself. The fact that he was like, okay, what is the smart play to do? He throws up the glue walls, realizes that they're too far to actually make a play. He gets the nice little pickup. They just completely outplayed them. It was like 200 IQ in that sense of, just understanding the state of the game and what you needed to do. EVOS Phoenix continuing to roll. Now they want to go for Fed. He sees the gun. They get the knock, at least on that one. The Get with a pistol knocks him down. That's doing it in style.
Yeah, I think they knew it was lost cause there, right? There's just too many members in the way. But on the bright side, they're not out of the game just yet. They only lost 1 member. There's more than enough time, more than enough, revival points to kind of just get your members into it. But now, talking about revival, EVOS Phoenix eventually gets the Get back into the game. They're 4-men strong, looking to just ride this momentum. And speaking of riding the momentum, look at that. The Get getting 3 kills by himself.
Oh my gosh, he's got almost 800 damage at this point, right? Essentially, everybody has 200 HP for the people that are new at Free Fire. You know what I mean? The fact that he's doing more than 3 right there. But Vastamundo now, they're very low. They're going to run into EVOS Phoenix, and EVOS Phoenix is like this freight train. How do you stop these guys? He's getting all the pickoffs, and Blazer 10 is like, if I don't move, they can't see me. He's all by himself. He does get shot in the end, and Vastamundo been eliminated. EVOS Phoenix, 10 kills.
He tried to play dead, and EVOS Phoenix was like, no, I'm going to put you in the grave for real. And here we go. This is a perfect run from EVOS Phoenix so far. 4 members still strong. Can't say the same for the rest of the teams, but we do see Team Loud here. They have 0 kills on the board, and as I speak, Team Farang unfortunately goes out in 11th place.
All right, EVOS Phoenix, their victory sign, so to speak, is to shush people. And to be honest, all they've been doing is shushing people all day today. It's been like, a whole other story.
Charm.
It's their lucky charm. Okay, that is an amazing lucky charm for me to be shushing people. But look at this bridge fight here. EVOS Divine, now they're going to be looking to go against Loud. Both of these teams need these points. They need to ensure that their utility is going to be on point, and it looks like there's going to be a bit of a skirmish. The glue walls keeping themselves aligned. The time turner slowing things down, and it looks like Con 7. Oh, but the drive-by! He actually hits him, but the grenade was there. He actually knocks him down with the vehicle. Loud has been eliminated. drove right by him, ran him over.
They started it off with a Riptide Rhythm,
So with him, but it's just those two.
the win.
Yeah, not Evo's Phoenix, back to them. They were seeing what they're doing. They're just owning this bridge, making sure that nobody has any sort of space. Jonah's got 2 kills to his name, but they sense somebody's nearby. There must be a reason why they're sticking around on this low ground here.
But they do hear that Minerals Esports is near. But like you said, the bridge looks good at this point. Both Evoses on this bridge in the circle. Storm completely evading them. But as I say, Caster's Curse strikes again, moves it up to north, where we do see attack all around and was fighting it out. Attack all around, getting knocked down. And that's going to be V Gaming on the receiving end. Binchu on that bike, but now sent to the next lobby as Wask has the higher ground. But can they take this fight? Attack all around does have some structure around them in terms of the terrain, with this rocks providing the cover. They have the glue walls as well, which we know they're so good at using.
Kororo with that amazing shot on that drive-by on that motorcycle. This is the former best rookie. He was MVP in FFPL at Season 4. This is a guy that's an absolute monster. Literally the best player on that team on attack all around. There's a reason why the Thailand teams are both very scary. They're both very mechanically sound. They understand the state of the game, and they don't take any risks. If we see what Evo's Phoenix are doing, hey, we've got our 10 kills. Now let's just kind of camp out. What are you going to do? There's 8 teams left. We don't need to do anything risky.
Well, but as we say that, members of Evo's Divine now have to push towards Evo's Phoenix as the storm closes in. And that's going to be the first move made out here. They're going up against one another. Meanwhile, attack all around also looking to try to close this fight against members of Wars. The time turner there just going to buy some time as Foki now moving on to side, trying to get a better angle. As we see him get knocked down, only no chance there. No advancement for you as Moshi snipes beyond off the side of the bridge. And Hosang, he does try to provide that cover fire for his teammate. No good to go. But here comes Moshi. The grenade from JLX knocks down 2, takes 1 out, and they are looking to be on fire. And Joanna on the other side map, West gets 1 out and 8th place. And Moshi looking to close the ground. Evo's Divine, you're up against the potential champions, and they are taking this fight so badly. Joanna gets knocked down as well, gets revived by his teammate. He has the grenade launcher on the hand, but look at that. Both Evos are in a lot of trouble as Minerals Esports are just nearby. They're looking to try to get the third-party fight.
Evo's Divine, Evo's Phoenix, all there, as well as Minerals Esports. There's just too much action. Attack all around. Kororo just with another kill. Evo's Phoenix, Getboo gets knocked as well. Jonah's going to be the last one. He's going to look to heal himself, look for placement points, keep himself alive. They've got 13 kills already, but Moshi is just turning this one up. He does have 3 kills to his name, 13 kills on that team, but Kororo with a quad, and to Echo Esports finally gets eliminated from Shin. Just really well played by Team Flash at that point. But Evo's Divine, attack all around. Evo's Phoenix, all in the same area. Who's going to make the first move? Who wants to show themselves? There's 6 teams left, 15 minutes.
Yeah, like I said, Evos, right? They both get caught out just slightly outside of the storm, and Minerals Esports, they have no idea what's happening, right? If they could only see what we are saying, they would have known they kind of just push down the 2 final members of the 2 separate teams. And now VivoKate unfortunately going out in 6th place, and they're down to the last 5 teams. And Team Flash looking really strong as we see Shin with 7 kills leading the kill leaderboard.
That's so crazy. 2,300 damage. Shin, this guy's an absolute monster, right? Like that is somebody nobody wants to mess around with. But attack all around, 11 kills. This is the team that's managing to find it, right? JLX with that amazing grenade on Wasp completely blows out that team fight. They give themselves a chance, and Evo's Phoenix has been eliminated. Huge win for attack all around as they look to clean up Minerals Esports on this side.
And now it's down to the final 3 teams. Team Flash with 10 kills of their own in Bermuda. And here comes the grenade, and he will get it. Bill with the knockdown on Quizzo. And then there were 2. Attack all around. Can they go up against the Vietnamese team? It's down to the final circle here. They're pushing it in. The time turner as well as the glue walls trying to block out those damage coming into Team Flash grenade. And they actually do have the advantage. But now look at this. JLX coming in from the side. Kororo tries to advance, but gets immediately shut down by Brian, who has the support of JLX. And now it's down to a 2v1.
Team Flash was on the bottom. They were literally the 12th place, but this is a monster game for them. This is something that they needed to have. But Brian is going to be one of the only ones surviving right now against AAA, and it looks like AAA want to go for this, and they go directly toward it, attack all around, make sure that they get it, and they do it in style. They get that booyah, attack all around, gets the booyah.
individual plays throughout and eventually getting the secured booyah against Team Flash. Boy, this has been a ride for the Thai team. We talked about their playstyle, how different they are as compared to the rest of teams who were so aggressive. But here, like you say, don't count them out just yet.
Yeah, but let's check out the highlights of that game. That was going to be match 4 in Bermuda. Let's see what happened in that game. I think it's pretty obvious that the Thailand region, very, very strong. Attack all around, Evo's Phoenix. It's becoming a rat race as of who can play this one out, because Attack all around, yes, they got their first booyah, but they have so many kills. They have so many points, and it's going to be very close as we get in. It's going to be a rat race to the end.
Yeah, you and Abstract asked for action, and you are getting it here firsthand at Free Fire World Series 2022 in Sentosa. Boy, oh boy, that final circle. I have never seen a better play coming out from the abilities of characters that we're using, right? The ability to just block grenades, coming out with the time turner, using the glue walls, and we saw a good individual play coming out from some of the members of EVO's Phoenix as well. Unfortunately, that was just not enough.
It was definitely not enough at that point, but I think they got ambushed. They didn't actually see that side, and they did get picked off in the end, and they're going to go back into the replay and check that one out, because I think that, EVO's Phoenix, they realized that, hey, they had like 13 kills to their name. They were on a roll, but it was just a matter of just kind of finishing it out, make sure that you had that placement. You didn't have enough strength to ensure that you finish the strong and get that booyah.
And here we go, game 4. At the end of it all, it looks like Attack all around do get 26 points with that booyah, as well as 14 kills. Coming up in the second is Team Flash with 12 kills, bringing it up to a total of 21 points. EVO's Phoenix as well as EVO's Divine getting 20 and 12 kills respectively. Unfortunately for them, they could have done better if not for the fact that they took one another out, which leaves Minoros Esports in 5th place with 8 points, Echo in 6th with 6 points.
Yeah, and Vivocade kind of on the bottom with 6, Wask with 5, V Gaming with 2, Farang Esports with just 1, and Loud with 1, and Vastamundo with 0. And one thing's about super important in Free Fire is to be consistent. We're seeing some of these teams, yeah, they have an amazing team. Vivocade actually had a booyah, but the thing is that other times they've kind of been lackluster. They haven't been able to play things out. If you're looking at what we're looking at, the top, Team Flash was on the bottom. They've made themselves back into team, the second rank on this one with 21 points. Absolutely massive for them. This is going to be a big bump up and something that they really needed going into the second half.
And now looking at the updates for now, overall standings, look at that. EVO's Phoenix, despite bowing out slightly earlier than they would have liked to, they still are at the top with 76 points. However, Attack all around now starting to creep up very closely behind them with 68 points of their own.
Yeah, Thai teams versus everyone else, right? Vastamundo is 40. They had a donut of a game last one. And the fact that, V Gaming is right behind, as well as EVO's Divine, with just 1 point behind and 39 points. But Loud is somehow in the top 6 through all of this. Vivocade as well with 32. I mean, it's just pretty much kind of in that middle tier area versus the Thai teams, which seem to be on a whole nother level.
And unfortunately for the teams at the bottom, it is going to be Team Flash, despite getting close to Booyah and match number 4, still finding themselves in 8th place with 30 points. Echo Esports in 9th with 25. Farang in 10th place with 23. Minoros Esports in 11th with 21 points. And eventually completing the table, Wask at the bottom of it all with 17 points.
Yeah, and it's definitely not over right now. But let's check out the MVP at this stage. I think that was a monster game from Shin. He just had 7 kills. I think it was close to 2,500 damage in that one. I mean, once he died, though, Team Flash kind of just like crumbled, right? They need a lot more games from this. I don't know if he's going to be able to repeat 7 kills in a game. That's almost like unheard of, but it's one of those things where we need the rest of Team Flash, the Vietnamese team, to really step up. We want to see more from this team, and we want to see them have a better chance, because they have a potential to be in the top 6.
Yeah, they have excellent snipers, and unfortunately that did not convert into the Booyah. But looking at the kill leaderboards, obviously you raved so much about Shin, but it is attack all-around show, as standing on the podium surrounding Shin is JLX and Kororo with 6 and 5 kills respectively.
Attack all around. They're 8 points behind Evo's Phoenix. That's crazy, considering the fact that, you know, Evo's Phoenix had those monster games with those booyahs. You think that those guys have kind of ranked away and that they run away with it, and they really didn't have a chance. But let's look at the key players of that last one. That was going to be match 4 still. Very important to ensure that we're, Mr. 05, he had 2 vehicle kills, pretty huge in that sense of just nobody driving by. You know, he's going to be that the toll gate security guard, so to speak. But BO with 8 Skylar glue walls destroyed, ABAX with 16 glue walls used, very important, and Brian, of course, with the 2,400 damage.